I'd like to recommend to you the blog 10footpole.org, in which Bryce Lynch reviews adventures in a no-nonsense manner. It's a blog that is invaluable to the aspiring adventure designer, as it gives very useful and well-deserved criticism, with only the occasional spelling mistake. Bryce suffers through awful adventures, so we don't have to. But one common thread has begun to appear in some of the adventures he reviews: the pernicious hint of AI. The first time I read something produced by AI, it reminded me of the writing ability of a middle school student or a subpar trash novelist. Nothing profound or interesting, absolutely average and unremarkable. Don't get me wrong, the technology itself seems amazing, but the writing output is dismal. It wouldn't be a surprise if the phrase, "it sounds like it was written by AI," soon became a synonym for bad writing. Of course, it was only a matter of time before AI content would start appearing in RPG products, and it is my opinion that this is definitely not a good thing. My primary concern is with AI writing rather than AI art. While some may be against the inclusion of AI art, I'm not as concerned with that. For a start, one can normally identify AI art in just a few moments, and this art is usually used to supplement the written product, though it is an indicator that the author could have resorted to AI in the writing as well. It takes longer to identify AI text, and it can be more easily hidden in the product. Without serious editing and some creativity and skill, AI text is generic rubbish. AI can obviously have its uses. I've used AI myself to generate ideas and lists, as well as researching various topics for my home games. But I would never use that output unfiltered for my players, let alone publish such stuff. Alas, other publishers do not have the same qualms as me, it seems. Let's take a look at something I found called Dungeons of the Arcane by Dungeon AI'd, a publisher which has published 35 generic AI products since February. This is not a useful product, at least as far as the preview goes. It is just a bunch of text that one would see if one entered a prompt into your favourite chatbot. It claims to provide 15 total dungeons for your sorcerer, warlock or wizard characters. Total dungeon in this case actually means a handful of short generic paragraphs with little utility to a game master. Here's an example. Traps. Throughout the dungeon, the magical nature of the arcane nexus manifests in treacherous traps. The misfire glyphs trigger explosions of wild magic when disturbed, unleashing unpredictable effects that can range from harmless sparks to powerful bursts of elemental energy. In this first example, a trap is explained in a rather trite style. Wild magic explosive glyphs are somewhat interesting, but not something that one couldn't come up with after a few minutes of thought. Worse still, the description is of no in-game use. The effect of the trap is somewhere between harmless and powerful. Interpret that groundbreaking information as you will. It is one thing to use AI to help generate ideas, but it's another thing to cut and paste this useless information into a document without any editing. As an example, 2 notable non-magical treasures await discovery, one being the Galestone pendant, which clearly has magical properties, something that should have been noticed by the writer. The ideas for these items are somewhat interesting if they were developed, but are bland and of little immediate use in their current state. Of course, I understand that it is not a new thing to try and make a quick buck with the minimum amount of effort. It has happened forever. But it seems that some of the so-called publishers perhaps don't realise that everyone has access to AI chat and can produce exactly the same garbage by themselves for free. What would make these products useful would be to generate the AI ideas and then elaborate them using one's brain and thus attempt to make the ideas actually serviceable in the game. This low-effort rubbish is effectively the same as publishing draft ideas scrawled on a napkin. It is 5 minutes of work that the publisher expects money for. Since DriveThruRPG and DM's Guild have made publishing much easier for people, the amount of content available has dramatically increased, making it difficult to sift through the bad to find the gold. This task will be made even more difficult with the influx of AI-generated content for those who have been previously restricted by lack of creativity and ability. I'm not in favour of companies like DriveThruRPG putting anti-AI restrictions upon their platform, at least not yet, and it is possible for good content to be made by a good writer with the assistance of AI, but I should be personally blacklisting these publishers, who are adding nothing to the pool and wasting people's time. I shall be doing my part to mock and belittle any publisher that takes the lazy route of employing AI in their writing, and I hope others will follow. But what is your opinion on using AI to create content? Let me know in the comments, and if you're interested in supporting this channel, please leave a like on the video, subscribe, and you can always pick up one of my AI-free books from DriveThruRPG. And as always, thanks for watching.